people, right now, live on air, we have the sound and the voice of Dandy Livingstone. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Can't complain right now.
That's good, that's good. So, let the listeners
Mhm.
out there know who you are.
Well, I'm Dandy Livingstone
Yeah.
from way back
Okay.
in the 60s. Yeah, out of London, I spent 24 years in London. Did
Okay.
most of my stuff in London. And I came back to Jamaica in 1983.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying it.
That's good. So, how did your musical journey begin? How did it all start?
Well, it all started, I went to London in 1959. I had no choice because my parents were there.
Okay.
So I finished school in London, and music came about by, what should I say, accident. Music came about in the sense of staying out of peer pressure, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That was how the music thing came about. I was fascinated.
Okay. Who was you fascinated by?
Um, well, my father,
Okay.
right, he was into a lot of jazz and rhythm and blues. So the first thing I heard was jazz. The first
Okay.
music I can remember hearing was jazz,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
And then, of course, the Jamaican mento and thing like that came about after.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So, what was it like growing up in the UK for you?
It was okay, at first, I had a couple of hiccups like, brand new black boy in a white country.
Yeah. Okay.
I was the only one. I was the only one in my class. I can remember that. So yeah, it wasn't too easy at first, but I got accustomed to the whole thing, and in the end, it was okay.
Okay. So, do you remember your first song that you ever put out there?
Yeah, my first song, I did as a demo for in 1963. I can remember paying £5 for the demo.
Okay.
Me and two other people. And what do you know? The guy who recorded it released it
Oh, okay.
about 2 months after.
Wow.
So, I don't even count that as my first song, really, because it was just a demo, and,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, that was that.
Okay. You also
But
did.
came 64, sorry, go
No
on.
problem. Carry on. You carry on.
Came 64,
Yeah.
right? Some friends of mine, a friend of mine, a family friend of mine, Dimple Hines, the late Dimple Hines from the Marvels.
Okay.
He was into this cabaret thing with his wife and two others. And I went down one day, he invited me down actually,
Yeah.
to have a listen to them, rehearsing.
Okay.
And this was in Cambridge Road, the original Blackwell and League Up premises, where they had their offices. And from there, I met Lee Goppel and we chatted, and he gave me some records to sell over the weekend for him.
Yeah.
I did it, and one thing led to the other, eh?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, am I right
So
in saying?
actually, my first record
Yeah.
was What a Life. I think,
Okay.
it was What a Life.
Yeah.
Or maybe two came before that, but it was the same session, the same recording session
Yeah.
for Carnival Records.
Okay. Wow. So, what was that song about? How did that song happen? What a life.
What a life,
Yeah.
right? Uh, I can remember when I did the audition for Carnival Records. It was funny, I remember the gentleman saying to me, "Sing something. Let me hear what you sound like."
Yeah.
And at the time, a bit nervous and thing. What should I sing? What should I sing? But the song Humpty Dumpty by Eric Morris came
Okay.
in my head, and that was it.
Wow. Okay.
I sang that, and they loved what they heard, and that was it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a funny story.
yeah.
Okay. Am I right in saying as well you did a duo with Audrey Hall?
Yeah, I met Audrey in 60. I think it was late '68 after
Okay.
Trojan started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her, and we did a few things together, you know.
Okay. So how did that come about? Did you approach her? She approach you, or?
I I actually approached her.
Okay.
My a chap called Desmond, who was my best man at my wedding, who
Yeah.
was the best man at my wedding. He knew of them, you know, of the family.
Yeah.
So we went around there one cold winter's evening, and I met her, and from there things happened, you know.
Okay. Yeah, man. So you also did a great version of Rudy, A Message to You.
Yes, yeah, Rudy, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How?
that came about from Rita King, you know, label Scarbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Rita from Ridley. No, not Ridley Road. Some market in Stratford. I can't remember the name of the market.
Okay.
And we got chatting, and she knew of my carnival days, and she kept saying to me, "When are you going to record again? When are you going to record again?" So I said to her, "One day."
Okay.
And then about 4 years after, I went to her place in Stanford Hill,
Yeah.
and we chatted, and that's how I started to do things on the Giant label.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
how do you come up with your music? What's your inspiration?
things that happen daily, you know. An idea come into my head, you know. I might shelve it for a few months or so, go back to it, and then finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
Rudy was easy
Yeah.
because in '68 it was all these Rude Boys songs, eh?
Okay. Yeah.
And something struck me, you know, why not sing a song about Rudy, myself, you know?
Yeah.
And telling them to behave themselves, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
That was done in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Wow. 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's quick.
yeah, yeah. I remember saying to Rita, I called her up and said, Rita, I've got a song. I called Rudy, a message to Rudy or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I don't have to hear it, Danny. Come for the money, and you can go to the studio and do it. And that was that.
Wow. Okay. That was quick.
That was very, very quick. Yeah.
So, as you said, you like from the 60s and the 70s. Have you,
Hmm.
or I was when I say this, I mean like, what kind of differences have you seen in the music, in particular ska, reggae, etc., etc.? What good differences or bad differences in your opinion?
You mean like now?
Yeah, like from music from our age at 2019 to when you were doing it in the
Yeah.
60s. What kind of differences and similarities have you seen?
I don't really see much different. Like in England, of
Yeah.
course, I was in London when the skinhead thing was there, and
Okay.
then the two tone thing came about.
Yeah.
They formed their own brand of ska. England formed their own brand of ska. Nothing wrong with that,
Yeah.
right? And so forth, the dancehall thing came about after,
Yeah.
you know. I'm not really a dancehall fan myself, but people have their choices, right?
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean.
Okay. Okay.
But music is music. The people will all experiment, and do their own thing until something has come about. Who knows?
Okay. So let's talk about your newest project. They
Right.
they call us legends.
Yeah, they call it legend. Yeah, that
Okay.
came about again. I had this idea of, every day you sort of read about, the word legend keeps popping up.
Yeah.
So something hit me. Why not do a song? You know, a song. It's dedicated to all the legends, really, don't it?
Yeah.
You know, because it's plural, right?
Yeah.
They call us legends, right?
Okay.
And it works because people love it.
Yeah.
You
It's,
know,
it's a nice tune, man.
people really, yeah, people really love it. Back to the old type, reggae sound. You know, I'm one of them who's still trying to maintain the original reggae sounds for like 30 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not really into the new type of reggae. Nothing wrong with that, younger people they do their own thing.
Yeah.
But I'm still into my old
The old
fashioned
school.
reggae style.
Okay. Definitely. So, is there anyone that's inspiring you now?
Then okay, that's a tricky one. Not really, because I'm old fashioned in the sense that I'm old fashioned, right?
Okay.
But I still know what is going on now.
Yeah.
With all the new stuff.
Okay.
I still got the years. I'm not deaf.
Yeah.
So I still know what's going on, but nobody really inspired me no more than so. I love a few people around the place, the Bears Hammond and the Lucian and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is more in my
Your style.
liking style. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
The people like that, Taurus Riley, who's not too far out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They're doing their things. Good luck to them.
Yeah. Definitely. So, what's coming up next for you then? What have you got coming up for you?
In the can?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finishing off on an album, which I hope. Well, I don't know. The time is going so fast. I want to bring it out in sometime in December.
Okay.
It's almost finished.
Wow.
I'm just doing some cosmetic work on it right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Three-quarter of the tracks are mixed. And it's you're gonna love it.
Yeah, okay.
Or people gonna love it.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I won't disappoint anybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you next coming to the UK?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've had a couple minor offers, but the UK is so far away from me, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm going to make a move, it has to make sense, don't it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to make sense. But come early next year, right? I might have to travel to the UK to promote my album.
Okay.
It's not the money, that I want. It's a promotion.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
It's a promotion for the album.
Yeah.
Anything come after that, then I'll smile.
Okay, that's good. So,
yeah, man.
Is there any advice you'd give to upcoming artists?
Write good songs.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's writing nowadays. Everybody writes, right?
Yeah.
But I find a lot of the writing is very poor. People are not spending time to write good songs.
Yeah.
Where I'm coming from. Yeah, surely some songs come just like that. Like I said, Ruby, like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But not many, right? Not many. You need to sit down and and write a good song.
Yeah.
But the world we live in, my dear, what can I say? We're at a pace down. Everybody is in the fast lane. And some of us going nowhere.
Yeah. So for you, what is a good song?
What is a good song?
Yeah.
What is a good song?
Yeah, because people have wrote music and obviously they must think it's good to release it. So what's a good song to you?
Yeah, this comes up all the time. Up to last week, I said to someone the same thing. I asked the same question: what is a good song?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Not just I'm going to lick you down with a pan, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to thump you in your mouth, or I'm going to shoot you. Come on,
Yeah.
Write something so the kids who are coming up can relate to it. Set a good example.
Yeah.
Simplicity goes a long way, You're right. You can write a simple song, and yet still it has there's something about it. Take for instance a Rudy. You know what I mean? I remember traveling on a plane one day, coming back to Jamaica, and someone recognized me and said, "Oh, you're Daniel Livingstone?"
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Okay.
And he said, "I love your song. It's in a magazine."
Wow. Okay.
A friend of mine wrote something in a magazine, I think it was his top 10 songs. So I said, really? And Rudy's one of his top 10. Yeah.
Oh.
And I got hold of the magazine. And trust me, I was proud,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you now, would you be up for doing a little something live on air now?
Pardon me? Sorry?
Would you be up for doing a live little bit of a song now for us?
Which song is this?
Whichever one you think. I'm thinking you should do They Call Us Legends. That's what I'm thinking you should do, but it's up to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Remind me of it again. I don't even remember it now.
Yes, you do. Come on.
Yeah. They call us legend. We are the cornerstone. They call us legend. Sitting on our throne. They call us legends. We wear the golden crown. They call us legend. Let's get on with the show. How about that?
Yeah, see, you know it.
Yeah, I'm a bit hoarse at the moment because I'm just coming out of a cold, But, yeah. Give thanks and praising.
Every time. So, because we're coming to the last little bit of the interview, is there any kind of final thoughts I want to say for the listeners out there that they need to remember for your album and your music?
Yeah, yeah. This album I'm working on, I've been working on it now for the past 9 months, right?
Okay.
Probably 12 months, right? And I spent a lot of time on it, not trying to make things perfect because, perfection in some music don't work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But I really think about my fans, right?
Okay.
And it's going to be a good album, right? Vocals and a couple of instrumentals.
Yes.
Is on the album.
Okay.
Right? And when it come out, please buy it.
Of course.
Right. And it's going to be called They Call Us Legends. Lovely cover, and
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if you know, before we go, I don't know if you know, there's some white labels out at the moment, right? I don't know if you realize.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Mainly promotional things, on vinyl. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, then definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to you for doing an interview with me.
Pardon me? Sorry?
I just want to say thank you to you for doing an interview with me.
Oh, okay. You're welcome every time.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And we'll keep in touch, yeah? And then near the album release, we can do another interview, yeah?
Of course, yeah. Okay.
That's great. I'll speak to you soon.
You have a good evening, Kat.
You
right?
too.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And thanks again.
No worries.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. That's right, people. You heard it here, okay?